Welcome to Archiversity online classes. The topic for this lecture is McNemar's change test for two related samples. McNemar test is used to find out whether there is any change in the two conditions or two different points of a time on the same variable or a group of individuals. I'll explain you how to calculate McNemar's change test using IBM SPSS with the two different examples, because there are two different ways to calculate a McNemar test in SPSS. McNemar's change test examines the extent of a change in scores from participant responses under one condition or time to a second condition or a time. The most classic examples are a pre-test, post-test, like a before and after kind of analysis can be run with the McNemar change test. So McNemar change test for significance changes is particularly applicable to those, as I told you, before and after research designs, in which each person is used as his own control and in which measurement is in the strength of either measured on a nominal or a ordinal scale, preferably on a nominal scale. Sometimes you may even have an ordinal scale also. Alright. The next is that an intervening, that is a treatment measure, may or may not be used in the study depending on the research design. So the method that we follow here in a McNemar's test is that to test the significance of any observed change by this method, one sets up a fourfold table, that is called as a contingency table, and indicates the responses with positive signs and negative signs differently. Now the requirement is that measurement of a dictomous data on the same variable over two time periods. In the sense, you have a two time periods and you have to measure it for you have a variable and which you need to be measured for a two time periods, that is a before and after situation. And a related sample, meaning the same sample should be measured twice on a variable studied. So based on these two, you can calculate, or you need to compute a 2 into 2 contingency table. So when we're saying that 2 into 2 contingency table, so let us say you have a before and you have a after. So then we'll make a table here. So this is going to be a 2 into 2 contingency table. So you represent A, B, C and D. So you have a plus, likewise plus, minus, or you can say minus plus, then minus plus. Likewise, a contingency table is prepared. Based on this contingency table, McNemar test is calculated. So here in this lecture, I am not going to show you how to calculate this using a formula. Instead of that, we calculate this with the help of a IBM SPSS. Now the hypothesis that we are going to frame here is that in case of a null hypothesis, we may say that there is no significant change in the response pattern obtained after a treatment. Alright, so null hypothesis is no significant change, and alternative hypothesis is that the treatment administered has significantly influenced the respondent's response pattern. In the sense, here no significant change, here we can say that a significant change. Alternative hypothesis is significant change. So here we have two examples. Now just I'll read an example here. So management committee of a gated community located in suburbs of Bangalore collected whether the community members using the community gym or not for a wellness. So here you have two categories, non-users and users. Then a treatment is given. After that, again it is measured that whether they are using a users and non-users. So this is before, and here you have a after. Now why this before and after is that because after knowing that whether they are using a gym or not, the management committee created and shared short videos on importance of a health, wellness, inspiring personalities interviews, doctors advices, facilities in a gym, and how to use a gym equipment. On these they created videos and shared in a group's WhatsApp group for the members, and this is mean they given additional information, and after this information generally people expect that the users will increase. So the data is provided here and we need to find out whether there is any change in the response pattern or not. So here we have a data. Now two related samples, gym data, And in a variable view, you can see that before and after, and here values are before 0 is a non-users, 1 is users, and after also we have a 0 non-users and 1 as a users. Now here you have a 4. One is that before users and non-users, after users and non-users. Now how is that you are going to run McNemar's test is from menu command, click analyze, then non-parametric tests. Why we are going for a non-parametric test is because this data is measured on nominal scale and 2 into contingency table is prepared. That's the reason why we go for a non-parametric test, because our data type is nominal. And here in the legacy dialogs, then go to related samples. Again, why is that we are going for related samples is for the same users, the questionnaire being administered before giving any inputs on a videos or sharing a videos of a wellness, and after the respondents are the same but the time periods are two different. So as this is created on a two different periods on the same respondents, that is the reason why we go for a two related samples. Now click here, then your variable 1, select the before and click a arrow here, it will go to variable 1. Then next select after and click the arrow here, it will go to variable 2. Here by default Wilcoxon test is checked. Uncheck this one, then check McNemar test, then go to exact. Here in exact choose exact, then click on a continue, then from options now choose the descriptives, click continue and then click OK. So the result is presented in output document. We'll go there and watch. So here is the output document. Now before and after, the number of respondents are the same because we are administering the same question or asking the same question to the same respondents before a treatment and after treatment. That's the reason why we are a score of a 72 and 72 both. And their mean values and standard deviations. Here you have a crosstab. This is what we are talking about, a contingency table. Before non-users, users, and after non-users and users. So before there are 25 non-users and 5 users, and before users are 15 and after users are 27. Now here you have a n and exact change is 0.4 and one tail is 0.02, which indicates that there is a significant change in, because when you have a 0.02 of a significance value which is less than 0.05, we reject the null hypothesis. In the sense there is our null hypothesis says that there is no significant difference or there is no significant change, and when you are rejecting it, you are saying that there is a significant change in the usage pattern of a community residents related to the gymnasium. This is one example. Next, again here we have another scenario. So here a leading fertilizer company in India randomly chooses a village and farmers who are cultivating a paddy. The company asked farmers which brand of fertilizer they currently use. Based on this, it classified farmers into two groups: company brand and other brand. Those who are using a company brand, they are categorized as a company brand, and any other brand as other brand. The company representative performed certain promotional activities and also distributed samples to select farmers. So the promotional activity is being conducted here. A treatment is given. After a month, the company spoke to same farmers and know about fertilizer brand. Here you can see that it is same farmers. Using the data provided, find out whether the promotional activities bring any change. Now here in SPSS, this time you have a data on a fertilizers, right? So here before, after, and your values are defined as 0 as other brand, 1 as a brand. Here also the same. Then to perform McNemar's test, this time we use a different procedure. So for that, click on analyze. Then again go to non-parametric tests. So here in non-parametric tests, directly select the related samples. So related samples. Now non-parametric test, 2 or more related samples. You can see here objective, it is automatically compare observed data to hypothesis. Keep this intact, click on fields, then here select the fields. There is a before, send it to test fields, and also after, send it to test fields. Then click on the settings. So here choose test, automatically choose test. Instead of that, check customize tests. So in a customized test, what is it we want is we want to calculate the McNemar's test for 2 samples. So select this one, then go to test options. So here significance value at a 5% significance value, done. Then click a run, and output is displayed in an output document. Here is the result. Now it says hypothesis test summary. The distribution of different values across before and after are equally likely. This is the hypothesis that we tested. And the test that we run is related sample McNemar change test. And the significance value is 0.581. So as your significance value is greater than 0.05, our decision should be retain the null hypothesis. Now this in a previous procedure, this hypothesis test summary is not available, but here the hypothesis test summary is available. Then here are the total number of observations 30, test statistics 0.3, then your significance value of 0.581, and if you double click on this, you will get a frequency table. Then here you have observed frequencies, non-users, other brands before and after are 12, and here converted from other brand to brand. Then here one is when people are using other same brand before and now also, and here is a people who used it before but not using now, 5. So categorical field information, and this is for before and after. If you see here, other brand and brand, so earlier and after the treatment, there is an increase in if you look at the histogram, there is increase in usage. However, this is not statistically significant. The change which has happened is not statistically significant. That is the reason why your significance value is less than 0.05, because of which we retain the null hypothesis. So these are the 2 methods of calculating McNemar's change test for 2 related samples using IBM SPSS and interpreting the results. Thank you for listening to the lecture.